Hey everybody, we're here in Phoenix, Arizona this weekend. Racetracks, much like the desert, can be a very unforgiving place. This weekend, drivers and teams from the Indy Lights Championship presented by Cooper Tires are all on their own as they try to tame the first oval race of the 2016 season. A mile-long speedway located just south of the capital of Arizona, Phoenix International Raceway and the Australia Mountains have been home to some fantastic racing over the years. It's been a short 2 weeks since the Mazda Road to Indy season kicked off, when all three series took to the streets of St. Petersburg, Florida. This week, the Indy Lights Championship, presented by Cooper Tires, is running solo at Phoenix International Raceway. With only 3 points separating Felix Sorales, Kyle Kaiser, and Felix Rosenquist at the top of the championship standings, it's going to be an old-fashioned shootout in the desert this weekend. Cooper Tires USF 2000, powered by Mazda, and Pro Mazda, presented by Cooper Tires drivers, are at home this weekend, but will be back on track the weekend of April 22nd through the 24th, when the series visits Barber Motorsports Park in Birmingham, Alabama. After a dominant weekend in St. Pete at round 1, Pabst Racing drivers Jordan Lloyd and Yufeng Luau lead the way in USF 2000, and Pato Award leads his Team Pelfrey teammates Aaron Tielitz and Wei Rontan after an all black and yellow weekend in Pro Mazda at St. Petersburg. We're here at Belardi Auto Racing's team transporter. We're going to talk to team manager John Bruner and see what he goes through each and every week to keep Belardi up and running, and what they do away from the track to blow off some steam and maybe settle a few team differences. Let's go check it out. Red and black. It's harder to find two better looking colors than that at a racetrack. It's the colors a lot of the drivers in Indy Lights are going to be chasing this season because they're the colors of Belardi Auto Racing. We're in the team transporter right now with team manager John Bruner. John's getting the team ready for race day here in Phoenix. John, first of all, how are you doing?
We're doing all right. Not bad. A little recovery time today. Accident yesterday, so we're ready.
Tell me about some of the personalities. Obviously, you've got two very different drivers in Zach Veach and Felix Rosenquist. But what about the guys that are making these cars go? What about the folks in that transporter and the guys on pit lane? Tell me about some of them.
The group has been together for almost 4 years, which is very nice to do at this level of racing. To keep a group together for that amount of time, I think that's where the team performance comes.
Now, you guys are so good as a team. You're like a family, I think you could say. Sometimes a family doesn't always get along. Sometimes some crazy things happen on the road when you're rolling with your family. Any memorable moments pop up in your head with this group of guys and the team?
We do pretty well. The guys are together a lot. So yeah, it is like any family. You're going to have a few disagreements here and there. We try to handle ours on the basketball court back at the shop. It's some good time spent together without actually, in the pressures of racing.
You're the team manager. You're kind of the, I don't know, maybe glorified babysitter sometimes when it comes to these drivers. Talk about maintaining two different attitudes as these guys are up and coming race car drivers.
That's always the challenge from year to year, driver to driver. The funny thing this year for me is I've known Zach for a long time. Actually helped him with his competition license way back because he wasn't old enough. We helped get the rule changed for him, and he's always competed against me. And for him to be with me this year has been kind of fun. He treats me probably, I think he probably is, you said I was intimidating. I don't know if I'm intimidating, but I'd say that's probably a factor with him.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's known me so long. Where Felix, on the other hand, Felix just comes in, he's the F3 champion, and he's got a lot of success. He has no clue who I am, and the two are very different. Felix can be quite fun, just some of the things he comes up with.
When I hear you talking, you kind of sound almost like a father figure, slightly, to Zach Veach. And when you guys are on the road, and you guys go to lunch, you go to dinner, I've seen some photos pop up on Instagram of you helping Zach Veach order. Talk about the meals that you guys help Zach Veach order when you're out on the road eating.
Zach gets a lot of Happy Meals or, whatever. I don't know what they're all called.
The children's meals on the menu.
Yeah. We tend to get him coloring crayons a lot. You know, I mean, he's a little kid. I mean, look at him.
He's a little guy.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it go as far as a booster seat yet, but that one actually just popped in my mind, so I could see that happening at some point.
Well, you got to be careful because he just walked into the transporter, so you don't want him hearing any of your plans. What's it like for you personally to work with these guys as they chase their dreams of becoming professional race car drivers? What does that do for you?
That might be the best part of this. To see these guys get success, you know, help move them on in their career is a great feeling. That part is very satisfying, and that's, you know, that goes for all the team members here too. They love knowing that they had a hand in that.
Well, John, thank you so much for stopping and taking the time. I know you're swamped getting ready for Phoenix Racing this afternoon, and best of luck on the basketball court when you guys get back home.
Oh yeah, thank you.
It's time for another installment of Did You Know here on the Mazda Road to Indy. This weekend we're in the Anderson Promotions VIP tent at Phoenix International Raceway, and I'm joined by Mazda Road to Indy PR coordinator, Ms. Diane Swintel.
Did you know our partner High Tide Boat Lifts has launched a new program called Kids on Track? Kids from the local area with organizations like Ronald McDonald House and Big Brothers and Big Sisters come out to the racetrack. They get a VIP experience at all of the races the Mazda Road to Indy runs this season.
An oasis in the desert, but far from a mirage, Phoenix is a modern city with a classic Southwest feel to it. Phoenix is home to the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, the Suns, and the Coyotes too. As the capital of Arizona, the third most recent state accepted into the Union, Phoenix is the 6th most populated city in the country. With a unique style that makes you feel like you're back in the Old West, Phoenix has plenty of local watering holes and a variety of social scenes to fit any lifestyle. Located just 100 miles south of the historic Route 66 and nestled in the Sonoran Desert, Phoenix is plenty hot in the daylight, but oh so cool when the sun goes down. It's Friday evening here in Phoenix, Arizona, and Indy Lights qualifying has wrapped up. The grid is set for tomorrow's racing, but now it's dinner time. We're here at Ground Control, an awesome local eatery here in Phoenix, home to delicious pizzas. Inside waiting for us, nicest guy in the paddock, Mr. Neil Alberico. Let's go inside and see what Neil's up to. We're getting to have some pizza with pretty much the nicest guy in the Mazda Road to Indy paddock, and that is Mr. Neil Alberico. Neil, how you doing tonight?
Good, flattered. The nicest guy, that's a pretty big deal.
Listen, it's not coming from me. I don't pass out the compliments that easily. It's coming from pretty much everybody else who knows I have this job. Everywhere I go, kart races, other events, everybody goes, oh, you're doing that Road to Indy. Neil Alberico's there. He's the coolest guy ever. Why are you the coolest guy ever?
I don't know, it beats me, man. It's easier to make friends than enemies, I guess.
I mean, you're always on the road. What's that like for your personal life?
I definitely have a life outside of racing, and my dad's always kind of exposed me to a lot of different sports, and you know, I surf a lot when I'm at home. I enjoy rock climbing. There's so many places to climb in Southern California. There's a lot of little rock formations, and Joshua Tree is a huge national park out there, and got together with Dalton and Zach, and I was like, hey, yeah, come out anytime. Just one of those casual invitations, and like, sure, yeah, we'll take you up on it. So next thing you know, they're staying at my place, and we packed my van up and spent the weekend out there.
Now, you hit on it, your van.
Yeah.
Now, I've only seen pictures of it, and I hear all kinds of crazy stories about it. We were talking about it before we started. Tell me about this sweet set of wheels you got back home.
Not everyone thinks it's super sweet, but I love it. It's an old diesel van. It's converted to four-wheel drive, and it gets me around. Like, you know, you always kind of have to travel to remote locations to rock climb, or I don't know, somehow you go up to the snow. It's handy to have four-wheel drive, and it's a van, so everything's enclosed, and you can just throw surfboards, gear, food, a bed,
Dude,
everything
you're just
you need
the California
to
dream,
travel.
basically.
Yeah, no, I've always wanted to kind of do the coastal trip and start like in Canada and come all the way down the coast and go down to Mexico. I've always wanted to do that. My personal life outside racing, it's you know, like my van is like part of that. You know, I don't drive a sports car. I don't drive a manual. I don't, you know, have that desire to go fast on the road, you know?
I've got to ask now, I mean, how's the van work for you when it comes to picking up the ladies?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of Netflix and van?
Chicks love it. Chicks dig it.
Dude, I'm not joking. I bet they do. I mean, it's such a unique ride.
Some don't, but
You don't need them in your life.
That's right. That's right.
You don't need that.
I don't need that negativity in my life. Yeah.
Or are you more of a long walks on the beach kind of guy, or do you want to be going out and doing something crazy on that first date?
No. I like activity. Activity is good.
Right.
Going out and doing something.
What's for all the female fans of Mazda Road to Indy that are watching this right now? What could they expect on a date with old Neil Alberico? What's the perfect date with Neil? I pick you up in my van.
Yeah, I'll pick you up in my van and we'll go. That sounds kind of creepy to begin with.
You know what? It's okay.
Yeah, dude, let's go skydiving, bungee jumping, two-seater ride in an IndyCar, and then we'll go rock climbing and then maybe catch waves at the end of the day. How about that?
Ladies, this guy right here, full deal. You don't have a girlfriend, do you?
Single man.
Wow. Okay. You've heard of like, what is it? Christian mingle, Cupid only.
Yeah.
Well, here on Road to Indy, we've got the dating hookup for you right here. Neil, I think that's going to do it, man. Thanks a bunch for stopping and talking to us. I've kept you from enjoying the pizza, so we're going to dig in on that. And just thanks a bunch for stopping and talking. And best of luck this weekend in Phoenix, and best luck to you the rest of the season here on the Road to Indy.
Thanks, dude. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Neil Alberico. As he continues to dominate qualifying in 2016, Juncos Racing driver Kyle Kaiser led the Indy Lights field to the green flag from the pole Saturday. Wasting no time, Kaiser got a good jump at the start and drove away. After only one caution, Kaiser went wire to wire, scoring the victory in impressive fashion. Behind Kaiser was Carlin's Ed Jones in second, and it was Schmidt-Peterson Motorsports driver R.C. Enerson moving from his fourth place starting spot to join the podium in third. The sun is beating down and the transporters are getting loaded up as racing is complete here for the Indy Lights Grand Prix of Phoenix.